welcome. I am Serena Shadeen, the Executive Director at the Lloydminster Chamber of Commerce, and I'm joined today with Kristin McGowan, the owner of McGowan Professional Corporation. So you are an accounting firm. So tell us a little bit about what you do there.
So the firm McGowan Professional Corporation offers business tax, consulting, and accounting services, is the broad umbrella, as well as financial planning for businesses and individuals. So our day-to-day is actually very diverse. As much as people think that accounting is the same process over and over, there's a lot of different activities that we do.
So tell me a little bit about how you got into accounting. What kind of education do you have?
It's kind of funny because my love for accounting started in high school. I was in grade 12 and I knew I was interested in business, but I wasn't really sure how to get into that field or what that meant, because there's so many different things you can do. So I took a bookkeeping course in high school. We had a class that was called, I think it was called Accounting 101. And so I started by doing that course, and it was actually more bookkeeping, not accounting based. But when I did that course, I thought that that was accounting, and it was super easy. I did really well in that class. And so I thought, hey, this sounds like a great career, fits well with business. That's what I'll do. So then I enrolled at the University of Saskatchewan, and I did my Bachelor of Commerce there. So when you do your Bachelor of Commerce, you do 2 years of general university, and then you apply into a major. So I did the 2 years and applied for accounting. So I got my Bachelor of Commerce out of that. And then I realized in doing those 4 years that there's different levels of accounting that you can do. And that's when I learned about CPA, which is something I didn't even know that there was more school after my Bachelor of Commerce. So I went that route because it just opened a lot more doors and seemed more fitting with what I was looking for in the field. So right after I was done my Bachelor of Commerce, I started my designation for my CPA. And then just a couple years ago is when I did another designation for my CFP.
So when you
I've done a lot.
Yeah, when you get your CPA designation, so say you go into your Bachelor's of Commerce, you take your 4-year program, you got your Bachelor's of Commerce, you took accounting, you majored in accounting. Can you stop there, or must you get a CPA if you want to be an accountant?
You can stop there. It depends what kind of situation you want to work in. So if you want to work for a firm, you can stop at your Bachelor of Commerce, but you're going to be limited to a technician level. So what I mean by that is you're going to do a lot of technical work on files. You're probably never going to manage them or manage clients on your own, and you wouldn't have the opportunity to advance too much within a firm setting. But that being said, it's actually fairly surprising, even amongst CPAs. A lot of CPAs, or most of our membership base in both Saskatchewan and Alberta, do not practice in a firm setting. So that we call that public practice. So they don't practice in public practice. They work for other companies as CFOs, CEOs. They have more management and senior positions in whatever industry you want to work in. So even out of school with just your Bachelor of Commerce, you can still progress to that level and get into a lot of different job opportunities. Businesses in general and finance departments are always looking for students with their Bachelor of Commerce. So you can stop there. Deciding to go further with a designation route is just going to extend your opportunities and more senior level positions if that's something that you're interested in.
See, I took commerce too, and that's one of the things that I love about commerce, like my Bachelor's of Commerce, is that you're not restricted to just one job. Like there's so many, like I have my management and marketing degree. So there's hundreds, if not thousands of different jobs out there I could do with that degree. So that's personally why I got my Bachelor's of Commerce. I liked the opportunities that were available to me.
Yeah, it's a nice way to start because then you can kind of get exposed to all the different areas of commerce and business, and you can kind of decide where you want to go with it. I have friends that I graduated with that thought they hated accounting, and they did either finance or one of the other majors for their Bachelor of Commerce. And now one of them even actually got, she's the controller for an accounting department at a mining company. And she still ended up getting into it anyways and got a great position. So even if you decide later and your route goes a different way, that Bachelor of Commerce is kind of the starting point to open more doors.
So say somebody didn't want to take the Bachelor's of Commerce route. I know you can still get into kind of the accounting field, like there are bookkeeping courses you could take. I think, don't quote me on this, I think Lakeland has like a 2-year kind of accounting diploma program that they offer there. So what kind of jobs can you do with the little bit lower of this level of certification?
Yeah, we've got a couple local. So Lakeland has a program. Reeves College also has an accounting program. Both of them will result in certificates. We call them certificates of education. And what kind of job that will get you at any company is more of that technician role I was describing. So your day-to-day would probably be around bookkeeping, receipts. You might be the manager of a payroll department, but you'll probably deal with a small piece of a finance department, and you're more of a support role.
Okay. So you also earlier said you got a second designation, so a certified, what was it? Certified financial advisor?
Yeah,
Okay.
CFP, and it's now changed as of January 2021. They're calling them QAFPs, I think is what it is now, but it's the same thing. It's a certified financial planner. I'm kind of an anomaly in that field. Most people who go to get their certified financial planning are also involved with brokering investments or insurance. So a lot of CFPs work with the bank and do personal financial plans with clients, or else they'll work for an investment company. The reason I did it is because in my day-to-day with my clients, we talk about, and CPAs do financial planning in practice, and our professional body has a wealth of resources with it as well. So it's something we're already doing, but I wanted to expand my knowledge in that area even more, especially in Lloydminster. Our industries are not always the most stable. And so the need for financial planning is even more important. Things are not consistent and you have to change your financial plan very, very often sometimes. So I went into it and extended my education in that area because I thought it tied in really well with what I was already doing. And there was just a need for it in the market. My clients really wanted it. I'm the only CPA CFP in Lloydminster. And I'm also one of the only ones in Lloydminster who charge based on fixed fee. So a lot of financial plans get done at places where they then sell you the products that come out of that plan. And so that's where I'm a little bit unique. And I think that a lot of people are looking for that independence in the advice. So that's kind of how I got into it. Half out of interest, because I super love everything to do with financial planning, and half of it was a business decision.
Yeah, they do kind of see, I didn't actually know, I mean, accounting and finance, like in my mind, I guess for my bachelor's degree, like you choose if you wanted to major in accounting or you want to major in finance. I thought those are very kind of different. So the fact that you do both does seem pretty unique to me, but I guess it's more your world, you know, if that's a little bit more common, but I thought that was quite unique.
Yeah, we're just in a position like the more that you do, you just have a round picture. So a lot of my clients, you know, I do a lot of different things for them, but they have one trusted advisor. I mean, we work with other lawyers, bankers, that sort of thing too, but we all have different lenses on a file. So even just being exposed to what happens on another end will always add more value to the relationship. So I've got a whole list of degrees I hope to get before I retire. A technician or some sort of IT training is another one high on the list right now.
Oh, interesting. So, I mean, that could go kind of segue into a next question is, what do you see kind of happening with the trends in the industry? So, I mean, everything business is moving a lot more technological, tech anyways. So do you see kind of your industry shifting more heavy technology base, or?
Yeah, there's a lot of talk about robo-advisors and do-it-yourself type technology. The accounting world has evolved a lot with technology. That being said, I think that's where the higher education gets you further along, because we are phasing out or becoming more efficient with data entry. So when it comes to managing data and handling that end of things in our profession, a lot of that is being done by artificial intelligence and different technological advancements that we've used to our benefit. But what a robo-advisor, any of these AI programs can't do is analyze the data in a way that translates to advice. So it's more about taking that data and then creating value out of it. And that's something that a CPA does, or a CFP professional also does. And that will never go away. So there's still a need. And actually, because we're trained so much in verifying and some of the skills that come along with having these designations, those are being used in technological fields too. People are coming to CPAs to design these programs and test them and find flaws in them. So what's happening in our industry is it's definitely changing, but the opportunity for us to be a part of that change is huge.
Sounds good. So what does the average kind of day or week in your job look like? I guess probably sitting a lot in front of the computer, meeting with clients. I mean, right now, as we're shooting this, it's tax season. So you're probably crazy busy with tax season, but what's just kind of your average day like?
Yeah, it can change a lot, because in my role now, I deal with the clients. So a lot of my day is taking calls and dealing with helping my clients make business decisions. Sometimes it boils down to using financial data, but a lot of the time it also just comes from years of business experience. So every decision, you know, even if it has to do with hiring and payroll or growing the company, we have a part in helping clients decide how to make those decisions. So on a typical day, I get the most random calls. You can never predict what's coming. And I spend a lot of time in meetings going over year ends, financial information, and work. So I would say one of the pros of the job is that there's a lot of diversity. You do a lot of different things, and that can be really exciting. The downside is that we don't move a lot in our profession. We sit at a desk in front of a computer a lot. So I know lots of my evenings are spent trying to be active and catch up on that. You have to be pretty comfortable being on the phone and communicating, which is something that people don't typically associate with accountants. But a big part of my day is explaining some of the work that we've done and communicating with clients in a way that they'll understand.
Okay, awesome. I mean, I think that just about wraps everything up. So in case you have any last minute things to add?
No, I would just say for anyone looking at getting in the field, there's a lot of different things you can do with it. I actually left public practice for a period of time before I came back to it and started my own firm. Early in my career, you spend a lot of time, typically we always say cubicle work, and you're in a cubicle and you're just data crunching. And I'm a people person, and I thought, what did I get myself into? I'm not really sure if this is the job for me. But at that point in my career, I didn't have the foresight of looking ahead and seeing or realizing that that was just me getting the base knowledge. And even after I was done my Bachelor of Commerce and doing my designation, there's so much more learning to do, and you just have to go through that process before you get there. But for other people, it's very common to try different jobs in industry. So there's so many different things you can do. And I think a Bachelor of Commerce is the way to go when you want that job security, because there's endless jobs out there that you could apply for. So.
Okay, awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining me today, and have a fantastic day.
I will. You too. Thanks.